Having been born in the year 2000, I got to see an interesting change in society when it came to technology and culture in general. I saw the end of the physical media era and the rise of the digital era. Certain changes in technology I can distinctly remember. For instance, I saw the rise of smartphones from the days of just computers. I remember being a kid sitting in the lab, everyone going to the Windows XP computers, and then I remember a kid on the bus walking in with a smartphone one day. Following down on the same road, I also saw the death of renting movies. I saw it come and go.
Many people have memories of their own local rental stores, and many people have Blockbuster-related memories. But for me, I was never a Blockbuster kid. No. For me, I had a place locally called DVDNow. Unfortunately, because it was a local place, I could not find any photos of it, so I've done my best to reconstruct it on top of its original location.
Even though I sadly don't have any photos of the place, I did find something very cool. I found a rental case.
Finding one of the original DVDNow rental cases that I used to see sprawled on many shelves, but now arguably only few probably remain, was very cool.
Holding this case, one of the cases I've seen many of back in the day when I was a kid at the place, brings back a lot of memories, as you can expect. The smell of popcorn, I can picture the white shelves that had the regular case and then it had the rental cases on it to let you know how many were available. I can picture the railing. I can picture the smell of popcorn. I can picture the candy section. I can really picture the layout of the place. It's nice having a connection to bring back the memories. You know, it's funny. The more I think back on the place, the more like little nuanced memories are flooding back into my brain. I mean, I just remembered one thing. I remember you could buy the movies outright, which was always nice, you know. If say you love the movie, buy it. You don't have to rent it forever. And I remember Star Wars The Clone Wars, the TV show. I remember the movie that they made of it. I remember buying that because my mother said I could pick out anything, and that show was my jam back in the day. The movie's but still, it's a nice memory to think back on. At least I bought one thing there, eh?
Another aspect that I'm sure many of you may remember about movie rental places was the video game section. My place had games for the original Xbox, PS2, Xbox 360, and PS3. I can distinctly remember the game Black sitting on the shelf at DVDNow.
Now, if you think credit card debt is bad, I remember renting Star Wars The First Released 1, and well, it became overdue. I can remember distinctly sitting at my grandmother's house in the living room. I don't know what I was doing, watching fucking cartoons or something, and the black house phone begins to ring. And I go pick it up. I think my grandma's in the kitchen. Luckily she can't hear too well. Well, not luckily for her, but luckily for me in this story, because I picked up that phone. You know who it was? The fucking DVDNow. They were calling, letting me know it's overdue, and well, my family had a history of having stuff become overdue. You know, we had a lot of credit cards on debt. I guess the one benefit of DVDNow dying is my debt was erased.
I fondly remember DVDNow, but it wasn't the only pony in the show. Both of the grocery stores in my town also rented out movies.
I don't have many memories of this though. I was a DVDNow kid. I suppose we're nearing the end of my distinct memories and things to talk about when it comes to renting movies, but, well, I do have one memory, I guess, of visiting a rental store in a neighboring town.
All I remember from that rental store was that they had one of those back rooms where they kept the pornography. I really wanted to sneak in there but didn't. Sadly, that place shut down without me even noticing. That trend would continue as movie renting was dropped by the two grocery stores as well.
An end of an era. Sad when you think about it. I remember when DVDNow shut down. They had all the movies and games and stuff out on the sidewalk. It was a mass sale.
To be honest, I didn't even notice the death of this industry until it had happened. At one point in my life, I had my main homie, which was DVDNow. Down the street was the grocery stores. Blockbuster and other places were out there as well. Sadly, much like the boiling frog, I did not realize my pond was drying up until I looked up to see a vast desert.
Some people still enjoy collecting movies and stuff, which is cool, and you still see the occasional red box out there, but clearly in the year 2022 onward, digital is the way for movie distribution. And to be honest, while I'm nostalgic, I ain't even complaining about this future. I mean, I got a big ass HDMI cable that I can plug into my TV from my computer, And there's ways out there to watch movies and shows for free or extremely cheap compared to renting or buying them. And I mean, that's the logical way to look at it. And I mean, that's the side I'm going down, but we're humans, not robots, so we have nostalgia and emotion and feelings, and god golly, it's fucking nice to take a stroll down the old nostalgia bridge. You got to sometimes. That's what makes you a human. And while we're flying down the old digital future, it's not all doom and gloom, at least for me. I got some relics from the past.
As you saw earlier, I do have a DVDNow rental case. In addition to this, I also have a rental case from one of the grocery stores. Also, something really cool from the same grocery store is this. This is the actual slot you would drop your DVDs off into. The grocery store gave it to me since they were throwing it out anyway.
There's an image I always see of a faded imprint on a wall from where a Blockbuster sign used to be. It's supposed to be like something left over from the past, it invokes that sad nostalgia. I'm sure you've seen the image before. But what's funny is a lot of these exist in grocery stores and stuff. Imprints of the movie renting past left over, like an old statue left over from a bygone empire, And one of the best examples of this is, you'll see them, and sometimes they're converted for recycled lottery tickets, but you'll see slots and counters still, where one time people used to return DVDs in. Those are always nice to see. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I got this sign from a remodel at my grocery store, so even these little imprints are slowly going to be erased by time as remodels inevitably happen. But again, what we have now is better, but still, we're not robots, we are humans, and by golly, I'm going to make sure that nostalgia bridge stays the fuck open.
Some folks are born made